Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube. My name is Kyla, and I make videos discussing growing up with an abusive father and the side effects of that said abuse that I've experienced. Before I begin, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm actually outside if you can't tell by my background. I decided to be outside today. Y'all know I love nature. Y'all don't know, but I'm telling y'all, I love nature. I love being outside. I'm actually at a park where this guy at the pavilion that's like behind me or in front of me since I'm facing this way. He's actually practicing his saxophone and he doesn't sound too good. So if y'all hear music in the background, that's what y'all hear. And I have my noise canceling headphones on, so hopefully y'all not getting the wind playing and all that in the background as well. But I think in my last video, I was telling you all about how I finally got out of a relationship with karma and like all the things that God was taking me through. I believe I was going through a spiritual awakening at the time. Oh, before I get into all that, I just want y'all to know I personally, myself, in my videos, I like to remain objective. I don't want to shit talk people, even though some of y'all, let's be honest, do deserve it. I'm not here to shit talk no one. Like, he treated me like shit, and I slept on an air mattress with him, even though I had my own bed. Or I paid his cable bill, even though I had cable at my own apartment. Although I did do those things. I did do those things. I'm out here to make it seem like I'm bitter. Because to be honest, none of these people that I've talked about in any of my videos I talk to in real life, let alone think about. Like, I don't think about these people. I don't interact with these people. The only time I think about them is when they're messaging me or in my inbox bothering. I don't bother these people at all. I do not, like, my hands are clean. I'm free and clear of these people. That includes my family members down into the people that I used to date. Sorry, I thought I saw a wasp. Um, but yeah, in my last video, like I was saying, I finally got away from karma. I think like my last like acts towards him, like after like he got served with child support papers by the mother of his son, and she served his ass at work. That's it. But I'm not bitter, y'all. It's just fun. It was just funny. It's just funny because you tried to play both sides. It's just funny. Um, but I told him, I was like, I'm not gonna stick with you through this shit because I've been through all the other. No. I was like, I'm not gonna. You're not doing nothing to keep me. You tell him that all the time. You don't do anything to keep me here. I'm here because I want to be here. Like these were not just. He thought these were just words I was saying. These are the feelings I was having, and even till this day, he's not the smartest. Um, like most of the people that y'all ever like have interactions with people and then like you think back on the conversations and you be like, not only was this motherfucker lying, this motherfucker's stupid. That's what a lot of my interactions are with a lot of y'all sons out here in this world, or people's sons out here in this world. Like I just literally had a most recent interaction with a guy at 7-Eleven who worked at 7-Eleven. Like he was telling me how he is going to school to be what, a trainer. I forgot what you do. Kinesiology. I think that's what you are, to be like a trainer. And he's telling me how he worked out and all this stuff. Your body tells me that you don't work out, first of all. And usually people who have that much structure where you like work out enough to like see progress, like to see the muscle mass, to see the muscles, to have that strength, you're gonna take everything else with that same discipline. That means brushing your fucking teeth, cleaning your body, like things of it, those fall in line with that. That discipline. And by the white stuff around his mouth told me that everything you just told me is a lie. Ew. And which brings me to my next story. It's drudged up a memory from mine about a guy that I dated during that time of separation, like consistent. Like, and during these, there was a good year and a half, 2 years where I didn't speak to Karma at all. And during that time, I dated other guys. One of those guys basically hid his decaying ass teeth from me. You say to yourself, Kyla, how can somebody hide their decaying ass teeth from them? And I say to you, do y'all be looking for people teeth, like, to see? Okay, maybe people do. I do now, so I can't even say that. But he did it. He didn't smile with his teeth. Like, if he did smile, it was always enough. Like, his mouth was like always covering his teeth. And the only way that I discovered it is one day he was smiling too hard. And I said, oh my God, his teeth look horrid. And this was already after I was dating him for some weeks. And I let him put his mouth on me. This is why I'm OCD about oral health. So I met this guy. We went on a couple dates. He seemed cool. Not really. I was in my depressed stage because that was the time that I had to move back into my father's house, and I was living back with my original abusers. He didn't hit me as much or at all because I was an adult then, and if you hit an adult as another adult, you get taken to jail. So I had that little threat in my back pocket. Anytime he tried to raise his hand to me, do it, and I'll send your ass to jail. And at the time, he was working as a correction officer. So if he got arrested, he would automatically get fired. But he would do little things like, if we were in an argument, he would try to like take my phone and then try to get me to try to do something to him. So he'll be on the phone with like his girlfriend at the time and saying, I'm doing all this stuff to me, or I'm trying to hit him, while he's literally holding my phone, and all I'm trying to do is snatch my phone back from him. Like, I literally had to one day like wrestle my phone out of his hand without touching him. Like, I put all my body weight, like I grabbed my phone and I put all my body weight into dragging my phone, his arm down to snatch my phone back, because he was holding my phone hostage so he can be on the phone telling his girlfriend how I'm doing this. You hear her? She's doing this. I'm not saying nothing to you. Like, I'm not talking shit back to him or anything. But that's the games he tried to play with me. Or like when he got mad, he would like literally turn the lights off in the whole house. He would literally go to the circuit breaker and turn the lights off in the house. He would do things like that. And mind you, at the time, I was paying the electric bill. I was paying the water bill. I was paying the internet bill to the house. And he was hardly ever there because he was with his girlfriend. And I was living in the house with my two nieces at the time. So I was basically back playing mama again. But anyway, I was dating this guy. Never thought he had horrible oral hygiene. Until one day, like, he smiled too hard and I saw his teeth, like I said. When I tell you I had the worst yeast infection because of that man and his teeth, the worst yeast infection of my life. And I have never been someone who does over-the-counter medications. I don't contribute to big pharma. I'm a very holistic person. There's always a plant. If I'm suffering from something, I know for a fact there's a plant that can get me. I don't care what y'all say. I don't need immediate results. If I'm not dying, why do I need immediate results? I just need to be healed, and I need to be healed in the most healthiest way possible. And plus, antibiotics already give me problems with my pH balance anyway, so I'm not gonna add more on top of it. So I ended up getting a tampon, and I put coconut oil and tea tree oil on a tampon, and I ended up inserting the whole tampon inside of me. I kept it there for some hours. When I tell y'all that shit stung, that shit stung. But the affection that I got from that man's mouth, the itchiness that I experienced, I literally had to go home from work in the middle of the day because it felt like the inside of my vagina. I'm sorry, I had to look around. The inside of my vagina was so itchy. That's the only way I could describe it to y'all. It's like if you, the females know what I'm speaking about. The females understand. And if I'm getting too personal for y'all, I'm sorry. This is my life. This is the things I experience. But the inside of my vagina itched so horribly that sticking a tampon, tea tree oil, and coconut oil, as bad as it stung, was so much better than the itchiness I felt because this man had an infectious ass mouth. During that time, I was dating him. This is the jail story I've been talking to y'all about since day one. This time I was smoking trees, and it was a Sunday. So I got me my little grams of trees, and I said, once I smoke this, I'm gonna be hungry. So let me get something to eat before I get too hot. So I went to Taco Bell for my bean burrito, the good old trusty bean burrito. When I don't ever want to eat nothing fancy, I go to Taco Bell for that bean burrito. Don't judge me. No onions. Don't judge me. And it was the Taco Bell off of 360. I think it's 360 and I can't remember the street name. It was so long ago. I can't even remember the street name. Shit, I ain't been to Arlington in forever and a day. I don't even ride past that too. But it was right off of 360. And at the time, that Taco Bell, like once you were in the drive-thru, you were in the drive-thru. You're stuck. There was no way out. So I was in the drive-thru for at least about 30 minutes waiting. And like the line wasn't moving. It wasn't going nowhere. I was frustrated. I was irritated. I told y'all I had anger issues at the time. Very impatient. I'm still impatient, but I'm calmly impatient now. But I was impatient. So by the time I got to the little voice speaker box, I asked the girl, she said, can I have your order? I was like, if I place an order, is it going to be another 35, 45 minute wait? She said, you can get out of line. My job, I told y'all, there was no way of getting out this line once you were in this line. It was straight this and curve. It was straight the line and then curve. So that set me the fuck off. I said, you know damn well I can't get out this line if I wanted to. You got an ass whipping coming to you. That's all I said to her. That's all I said to her. That she got an ass whipping coming to her. I didn't say I was going to deliver the ass whipping. I didn't say any of that. Like, you don't know if I could have sent somebody into the store while I was in line. Which I should have done. But you know. Hindsight is 2020. But so she called the cops on me. And I guess she told the cops I was threatening her. I'm sorry, how threatened can you be if you inside and I'm talking to a voice box and I'm in a drive-thru line? But whatever. That's what y'all do. So I didn't get arrested for the threatening her. It's because when the cop came to my car, he was a new cop. He was black like this and not black like that. And I guess he wanted to prove himself because his partner was just telling him to like write me a ticket and let me go, but he wanted to find my tree and then arrest me. And so he did. So I was in jail from Sunday all the way up to Wednesday about 5, 6 p.m. During this time I worked a job at a bank as a back office bookkeeper. So I had to have my dad call in for me and uh tell them I'll be out. And then my manager, because she like this, she was like, why is her dad calling in for her? I guess she decided to do some research and see why I got arrested. She went online and they called me in an HR meeting. I made up some lie. Yeah, I made it so lie. It was a good story. I ended up keeping my job, but I ended up quitting because, bitch, how dare you? I bailed myself out. She was like, it seems to look like you bonded. I kept on having to correct her. I said I bailed myself out. There was no bond. I bailed myself out. It was only like $250 at the time. I had it. Told my sister, because they parked my car at the Taco Bell. They arrested me. My sister, my dad came and got my car keys and my debit card. Gave him my PIN number. Gave him my debit card. My PIN number and my keys. They got my card. Got my $250 out of my bank. Wasn't no big deal. I can't even tell y'all. Nah, I can't even tell you I was traumatized by jail. I really wasn't. I've been through worse. I had to go off on the chick because she was sitting there. I was trying to call my dad to tell him how much my bail was and when they can get me out, and she cried on the phone because won't nobody come get her. I was like, bitch, I got people that come get me. Get the fuck off the phone. Not bragging, y'all. It's not funny. It's nothing to brag about. It's nothing to brag about. I'm a changed woman now. And that's what took me off. Okay, so because of this case, this is why I tell you I went to anger management before I went to therapy. Because of this case, I got into the first offenders program. And part of the first offenders program is you have to go to I think a drug counseling session, I think it was called. During that, so I went to a drug counseling section on a random ass weekday or on a Saturday, I think. So instead of us talking about, like, everybody went around the table and we were talking about why we were in there and how drugs played a part in it. And then I was listening to everybody's story. And then I was the last person. I was telling everybody in there, I was like, sounds like we don't have problem with the tree. It sounds like we all have problems with our emotions. Because everybody was in there based off the emotions. And then I turned it into, I made the counselor turn it into an anger management counseling session. Like, if I'm gonna be here, you're not gonna waste my time. Because I don't have no problem with not smoking tree. I really haven't smoked tree in like a good year, to be honest. Like, I don't smoke or drink at all right now at this moment in my life, presently. But at that time, I knew I didn't have a problem. So from that session, I went and sought out other anger management like sessions. That makes sense. And I literally had to call this phone line every day to see if my name was called. So I had to get a drug test for 6 months. And it doesn't matter what day it was. I had to get there before 5. I think it was like 5 or 6 p.m. to take to pee in a cup, or I don't know what they would have done to me. But it was part of the first offenders program. I know this started off a story about the guy I dated with the yeast infection, but that's something that happened in the midst of dating him, like when we first started talking. So, what should I title this? My jail story. I should have cornrows. No, I'm just kidding. But y'all, to be honest, like I said, I'm not here to badmouth any of the people I dated, any of my family members. I currently don't talk to any of these people in my life presently. Like, I don't talk to my father. I don't talk to my siblings. I definitely don't talk to any of the men I've ever dated because I'm not that person anymore. Yeah. So I can't have those type of people in my life. Especially if you can't do simple shit like brush your teeth properly. Like, who the fuck? I'm just sorry. I just that story was drugged up today because that person, I just found my spam folder on Facebook today, and that person has been messaging me since 2022 or 2023. I don't know. He's been messaging me, talking to himself in my inbox. And I was like, what? Like, and then after I stopped talking to him, y'all, he had the nerve to send me a picture on Snapchat of his new teeth. You just go fuck them new teeth up like you did your old teeth. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all, he had erectile dysfunction too. His dick couldn't get up. His dick couldn't get hard. And if y'all know anything, y'all don't know anything. Erectile dysfunction is related, in a man, is related to your oral hygiene. So that's another reason why I can't do dudes with bad oral hygiene. 9 times out of 10, you got dick problems. When I tell y'all that's the worst freaking teeth I've ever seen on a person in my life, I have nightmares about those teeth. They're like brown, spotted, yellow. And then I dated another guy who had a crush on me since junior high that tried to get me pregnant on purpose. I feel like that's just a violation of my boundaries in general. Don't you ever? I feel like you threatening my life when you tell me shit like I'm gonna get you pregnant. That is a threat on my life. I will call the police on you. Don't you ever say that to me. Don't you ever in your life say that to me. I have never dated I have never dated a man to this day that said, "Oh, I want a baby by you. The world needs a little you." Never felt that way. Celibacy is key, ladies. Be celibate. Half these dudes can't fuck anyway. I think I'm in here, y'all. I'm just giving y'all a video because I haven't given y'all a video for a while. I'm still on my spiritual journey. I'm still evolving. And I'm still disgusted by the white stuff in the corner of y'all lids. It's nasty. Peace out, y'all.